Hello, everybody. Zionesk111 here, and welcome back to more Civilization VII. I have given a little bit of thought about how I should start shaping my legacy in the modern age, and after a little while, I settled on kinda playing around with the different aspects of the modern age phase of the game while I worked my way towards a cultural victory. Right here. By going all the way down its legacy path. I need to have 15 artifacts within my empire to achieve total victory, which sounds like a lot, but just like with the previous two ages, I have advisors by my side to help me step by step. And I see right off the bat we have oil resources, as well as a coal resource or two, right near where I settled, on the other continent. There are no coal or oil resources near Sevilla, though, which is a bit of a bummer, but I also see we can build a city park and a grocer, which is actually recommended by all 4 advisors, so might as well get that in. And placing it here will give me +1 science as well. Ostia's brimming with discontent. You mean Washington, D.C., do you? What's the happiness reading? 0. But I can go ahead and purchase a city park right now. But it costs 1,428 gold. Yep, definitely worth it. Okay, 6 happiness if I place it here, which is the maximum. And for production, I'm gonna build a grocer. Let's say right here. For some food in my citizens' bellies. Factory resources. With a new age come new resources. We've seen coal and oil already, I know. In the modern age, factory resources are critical to your economy and the railroad tycoon legacy path. To slot a factory resource into a settlement, it must have a rail connection and a factory. Only one type of factory resource can be slotted in a settlement at any time. But I'm not going for the railroad tycoon victory. I can't place bonus resources within. Settlement is not connected to your empire's trade network. Well, boo. And factory resources apparently don't work either. Guess it means I'll have to I can't really do anything with my resources at this moment. Maybe this means I'll have to build some factories and railroads in the near future. But I can do Cerro Rico for +2 gold for each resource. I don't want to do Latinitas yet, since I now know how to specialize my towns. Fortunately. I'll do Cursus Honorum. And finally, Princeps Civitatis. +1 production on urban districts in your capital. Alright. I got the army commander like always, but I'm gonna have him sleep until needed. Same can go for everyone else right now. Took a little while, but I finally got the job done. Putting all my units to sleep. Diplomatic action. Supporting cultural exchanges now gives us both 18 culture per turn for both leaders if I support. I think I said support twice. Didn't mean to, but I will definitely do that. And look at this. Addis Ababa of the Ethiopian people. Brand new city-state that just came about, and it's on the coal resources. Why? Org. I could befriend the independent, but I don't have enough influence to do so, sadly. The governments I can choose in the modern era are authoritarianism. These two choices. Bureaucratic monarchy. These two choices. And elective republic for these two choices. These are way different from the Tier 3 governments and Tier 4 governments of Civilization 6. But I guess I could go ahead and do... Elective Republic for additional culture and or science, should I need it. Not a whole lot I can do within the first few turns, given that I put all my units to sleep until I need them. Trailing in civics. What is the latest style in the Siamese Empire? It is a question I hear daily. They appear to be ahead of us by several civics, and people are starting to take notice. I'm gonna have to step up my culture game. Somehow. I'll go to Cordoba, and I can actually purchase a grocer right now. For more food. I could build a granary as a bonus. Yeah, I'll do it. It's ageless after all. Prospector. It is the American Unique Civilian Unit, so I could purchase them right now and see if I can go ahead and take either this oil or either of these two coal resources and claim them as my own. Here's hoping this works. I can get expedition bases for my mountains too. Which does sound nice, not gonna lie. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a clay pit right here. Town specialization available. I'm gonna deem it a fishing town. And there is no next stage, so... Well, I get what I get. I'm a bit anxious about the meter filling up around the trophy again before I achieve any type of victory. It is a bit scary, but I'm still gonna try my darnest to get whatever victory type I can. And Now I do have enough to befriend the independent. 510. Make it so. And adding support would cause 300 influence to be spent, which I don't have. I'm a couple short, but that's okay.
Cross the sea like a bird.
Natural history has been completed. And we gotta train an explorer now, which is our next step. I'm gonna do natural history too for the +1 sight range on explorers, and for them to use the excavate artifacts action on or adjacent to natural wonders. Each player can do this once per natural wonder. Sounds cool with me. I don't think I can claim the coal resources as my own, so I guess oil it is. Okay, I'm at the oil resource, but isn't my prospector supposed to do something? Claims a land resource outside of your regular settlement radius. So I guess this means I'll have to look for resources that are nearby my city? Nearby my town, I mean? I suppose so. But we can choose a celebration. First one of the modern era. I'm gonna do plus 20% culture for 10 turns, since I have seen that I am trailing, and I do not want that happening. I can enact land heritage for plus 2 happiness on mountains and plus 6 culture on natural wonders. Sounds nice, given that I have a city near a natural wonder itself, so yeah. Your mastery of natural history allows you to create a new unit, the Explorer. Once they've conducted research at a university or a museum, these highly trained experts may comb the world for artifacts of previous ages. That's good to know. Only takes 6 turns to produce one here in good old Washington, D.C. It's a volcano I am nowhere near. Oh, and right as I say that, the Rubicon River floods yet again. What a surprise.
Time to understand more, so that we may fear less.
We researched academics, at least. Electricity's gonna take 17 turns. Holy cow. Steam engine is gonna be a bit more feasible. Both my farms are repaired. I'll get a... Actually, no, I won't. That would replace one of my farms, and wouldn't really want that happening. But, oh my lord! Another flood! Do we live in Flood Central right here in... I forgot what the name of the city is. Oh man. Okay, in 13 turns I'll get a museum in Roma. 13 culture is what I'll get if I place it down here. Town specialization. I can skip it for now. Actually... yeah, I think that is what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'll place it here. Yep. Urban district it is. That's what I call rapid urbanization. And... the fishing quay will give us +1 food on fishing boats. Fishing boat, fishing boat, fishing boat. Alright, time for another sacrifice. But one that I'm willing to make. Six happiness from this expedition base on the mountain. Though 5 food if I build a farm here. Yeah, I'm doing it. And I can expand my town again still. I'll get another fishing boat here. That's it for this turn.
Cross the sea like a bird.
We mastered natural history this time. And social question is our next civic to complete. Okay, we got 1 turn left before our explorer is completed. Okay, so yeah, that's where I can claim unowned resources. Just outside my empire's borders. There. We got to it before China did, at least. Still can't assign it to a single town, no matter what we try. I'm gonna need factories for that. Legacy Path, Geographic Society 2. We can't just dig anywhere. Through historical records, we might find likely places to look. Your explorer may now research artifact locations at any university from the Exploration Age or museum from the Modern Age. Ruins on the continent will be revealed from their investigation. Next objective, have a university or museum and have your explorer research artifacts there. I accept. I already have a university from the Exploration Age. So it's giving me an overview of the different continents where research is required. Excuse me. Okay, so I can do my research right here at this university. Narrative choice. Emissaries from Addis Ababa have arrived and pronounced that American Empire deserves all glory and respect. Close. Okie dokie. Let's do a farm right here. Why don't we? Schoolhouse would be beneficial for science. Museum would be beneficial for culture. I'll do the museum. Town specialization. Okay, so mine, farm, 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 plantation, woodcutter, plantation. I do have a couple fishing boats in here too, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my town's focus to a farming town. Because we always want populations to grow, and... well, hey, at least it's a different river. though still part of my empire. Still an annoyance, therefore. Okay, that's all I can do here for now. Sevilla's gonna expand a little bit too. With more fishing boats. Town specialization. I have 3 fishing boats right here, and a couple of woodcutters, and 2 expedition bases. I think Fishing Town would be the way to go here. So that means I'll have to reserve all this space for more fishing boats, should I decide to build any more.
Soon shall thy arm, unconquered steam, afar drag the slow barge or drive the rapid car.
We got the steam engine researched, and we got the ability to produce merchants once again. Steam engine 2 for the win, then. Only 8 turns. Everwick has a couple of opportunities for trade. So, should definitely get a merchant down here for that. Railroads, ports. You may now construct a port. Settlements separated by water will be able to create a rail connection if each settlement has a rail station at a port. But we don't have enough gold in the treasury, alas. So how in the world am I going to get a couple of railroads down here? That's what I want to know. But our explorers researched at the university where they can research the artifacts. And we're already at the 3rd phase of the Geographic Society legacy path. What in the past was called a pile of old bricks might just yield clues to who we are, to who we were, and why we lived as we did. You've identified ruins of the Exploration Age on the continent. Your explorer must go to this site and excavate artifacts over several turns to resurface a great work. So I gotta excavate an artifact, then display it. Your explorer has concluded that research at all Exploration Age ruins on this continent are now visible. Ruins are likely to appear on wet and vegetated terrain away from roads and settlements. Your explorer may move to these sites and begin excavating artifacts to enshrine in a museum. I do have a museum under construction, so it should be pretty easy for me to take care of. I have an artifact excavation site right here that I can send my explorer to. Why do these rivers in my empire keep flooding? Yeesh. Think it's time to get an expedition base here, so my people can be happier. A maximum of 3 specialists per tile now. But 7 food for a farm right here sounds too tempting to give up. I want Roma to grow further despite the fact that it's not my capital city anymore. Expedition base for 6 happiness here, or... yeah, might as well. Town specialization. I can do a factory town for 100% gold towards purchasing a factory in this town. +1 resource slot. Must have an improved factory resource in this settlement. And this is an ironworks. Another new building. Base yield +4 production, +1 production on mines, quarries, woodcutters, and clay pits. Warehouse production building, ageless, buildable in all ages. Can be purchased in towns. I'm kind of wondering how I can build railroads in my empire still. Though I'm thinking that it's going to require a future technology we don't have yet. Okay. I'm trying to see where I can get railroads from. I see a rail station, which I can unlock by completing industrialization. But for that, I'll have to research military science beforehand. I can get more food for Pudioli by the grocer. Alright. Trade route is going to go here.
The memory of having sat at someone's feet will later make you want to trample him underfoot.
We got social question done. And modernization. I can now research American exclusive civics. Starting with Yankee ingenuity. We'll see where that gets me in the long run. Lafayette wants to start a local festival. It'll get us 9 happiness per turn in cities for both leaders if I support, which I'll do. Just because I want the happiness, just between you and me. And we are now the suzerain of Addis Ababa as well. We can do Institute, Artisans League, Scholarly Network, Anthropology, or Professional Architects. Receive a free technology. It's a bit late in the game for that. I think I'm gonna do Scholarly Network. Just like with culture, I've gotta get my science output up too. They're both pretty important for completing civics and techs, respectively. I'm gonna place a specialist right here in the city center again. Oh, looks like Napoleon's moved their capital again to Beijing this time. I see how it is. Ironworks. I can go ahead and produce in the capital. And it is going to go right here. A bit close to the border with the other capital, but really the only good path I can take. I can produce a city park and place it here, too. Okay, so my merchant has arrived, and now we got another trade route. Why do you... Oh, wait. I can actually do ivory in any of these towns or cities. I'll assign it to Shangle for now. Another eruption from Thera. Okay.
Soon shall thy arm, unconquered steam, afar drag the slow barge or drive the rapid car.
Steam engine has been mastered. Diplomatic action from Lafayette again for a cultural exchange. Sure. We got a deal. And urbanization is recommended by the cultural advisor, so... But military science is the first technology to research from the modern era, so... Guess I'll do that. 20% culture for 10 turns it is. And then... Humanism and social science. It is going to cost happiness maintenance and food maintenance, respectively. But I think I'm going to do Latinitas for all of this good stuff. Wait, so... Oh, it's just an explorer from Jose Rizal. I'm hoping he doesn't do too much bad stuff, cause too much trouble. I'm gonna have to repair everything. Okay. No other improvements got damaged, which is good. And our explorer has arrived at the excavate artifact site. This ruin can be excavated by an explorer to obtain an artifact. Let's do it. And it is gonna take a couple of turns to do, so we'll have to be patient. Looks like Himiko has settled a new settlement. Krung Sri Ayudhaya.
In our power to begin the world over again.
And we got a steel mill from that. For the ability to construct one. Politics and poetics. The dawn of modernity breaks over America, and politicians put pen to paper to define the way forward. While articles on government and the building blocks of state proliferate, so too do poets paint the beauty and nuance of new beginnings in verse. Federalist papers or poems on various subjects religious and moral. Still going for the cultural route. Next civic is going to be... modernization, then I'll work my way towards political theory since it is the only way we can go about this. For our usual civics tree. Steel mill is going to go right here. Low happiness. What's going on? Brimming with discontent, I see. There's hopefully gotta be something I can do about this. It's not really a city anymore, given that we transitioned between ages recently. But I still have learned my lesson in specializing towns where necessary, and also converting to cities when necessary. I still have to be careful about that, though. Narrative choice. There is sometimes no surer sign of human civilization than a land soaked with blood, and this halberd confirms explorers' suspicions. Whatever the conflict, the Shawnee soldiers of the exploration age were here, whether victors or not. And looky here, we're already on Geographic Society 4. It is not sufficient to know what a thing is. We must reveal what it means. The more we find, the more each part comes together. An artifact is now on display, bringing you closer to the first milestone along the Geographic Society legacy path. Artifacts can be found through excavating ruins and natural wonders, narrative events, and overbuilding your settlements. When researching artifact sites, only ruins on the continent you research will be revealed, so consider visiting other civilizations to find new ruins and natural wonders. Next objective is to study hegemony and display 5 artifacts, the first milestone along the Geographic Society legacy path. Optional objective, research artifacts on another continent. Except, that means I need to display 4 more artifacts, since there's already one on display. I could research, but that's already been done on this continent. So as long as I see any shovel icons, I'll be sure to check them out. These mountain icons. Might they hold something? I don't know. But I do know that I am going to go over to this other shovel icon, which shouldn't take very long. We'll respond to diplomatic action with Himiko. Additional happiness it is. For us both.
In the Enlightenment, what does not add up in numbers becomes illusion.
We got modernization done, and got a bunch of achievements for that in-game. And political theory is what we have to get done before anything else down the line. We're doing pretty good on Geographic Society. Okay, so we have a couple of artifact slots that we can use in these buildings. 4 in Washington, D.C. and 3 in Roma, thanks to the palace and the 2 museums. Is Napoleon thinking of settling another city? Our explorer has arrived at the artifact site, and we will begin digging. I'm surprised about how easy this is, completing the cultural legacy path.
Confuse your enemy. Keep him in the dark about your intentions.
We completed military science, and I think that is going to about do it for this part. It is 40 minutes into the stopwatch on my phone, and it is almost 1, so I'm gonna have to start winding down at this point. I'm happy with all the progress I've made so far with how I've been excavating artifacts on my home continent. But as the game says, there are also artifacts to dig up on this other continent right here. But I'm still gonna have to do a ton of research. Well, for the explorer, at least. But, yeah. I'll see what I can do to further my efforts towards a cultural victory. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!